In this video I will do a review of game week 25 of my fantasy team. I start with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was Dubravka from Burnley, because I had Robin Roofs from Sunderland on the bench. Sunderland had a very difficult match against Arsenal, so I think I put Dubravka in my team, but he didn't have a clean sheet. He conceded 2 goals, so it was only 1 point, so that didn't work. But Roofs from Sunderland only had 1.2, so it didn't make much difference. So only 1 point for the goalkeeper, Dubravka. Now if you look at the defenders, then Gabriel scored 6 points. He had a clean sheet for Arsenal against Sunderland, so he had a clean sheet. Chalobah from Chelsea didn't have a clean sheet. They conceded 1 goal against Wolverhampton, but Chalobah had his defensive contributions. So finally he got 4 points. Then Tarkowski from Everton conceded also 1 goal, 2 points. And also Kes Aston Villa conceded 1 goal, so it was a bit frustrating that 3 defenders conceded exactly 1 goal. So no clean sheet. It was a little bit frustrating. But in total at 15 points for 5 players, which is not so good. Only 1 player from the 5 had a clean sheet, but in total only 4 teams had a clean sheet. So only 4 teams had a clean sheet. That's Arsenal, Manchester United, West Ham United and Crystal Palace. So only 4 teams had a clean sheet from 20. So it was difficult. It was a difficult game week for the defenders. Now if you go now to the midfielders, then you see now that Declan Rice didn't have a goal or an assist, but he had his defensive contributions. So in total he scored 5 points. And Enzo Fernandez, no goal, no assist, only 2 points. Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa, he scored a goal against Bournemouth and he was man of the match. He got 3 bonus points. He was man of the match and he scored 10 points in total. That was a very good performance. And then we had Semenyo from Semenyo had 2 points, and I think that was it. No goal or an assist. I don't think he got many chances, hardly a chance. It was a difficult match against Liverpool away. But the midfielder scored 19 points from 4 players, which is not too bad, not very good either. But it just at least Rodgers get a goal. That was something. Now we go in front, and that was much better. This time the forwards did the job for me. Pedro had 2 assists, because 2 fouls were made against him, which was a penalty, and Cole Palmer made the penalty, but they made a foul on Pedro 2 times, and then you get an assist. If Pedro is fouled and it is a penalty and the penalty is scored and Pedro gets the assist, and it happened 2 times, so in total he get 8 points. And with Haaland I was always going to think he only gets 2 points, but he scored a very late penalty in extra time, and before that he had an assist of Bernardo Silva. But in the last 50 minutes, 1 assist and 1 goal, a penalty from Haaland, and also 3 bonus points. So in total got 11 points. He also had a yellow card. 11 points gives 22 points. To be honest, I was very worried at some point, because I'm thinking, a lot of players don't have managers, don't have Haaland as a captain, but they have Rodgers or the Bruno Fernandes, who did very well, or maybe Pedro as a captain, and I think Haaland as a captain is going to be a total disaster for me. But at the end he made a goal and he had an assist in the very late 15 minutes. I had to wait very, very long. It was the last match, but Haaland saved me. At least he got 11 points. Rodgers got 10 points. I think Bruno Fernandes had 10 points. Pedro had 8 points. So he did even better than Bruno Fernandes, Rodgers and Pedro. So I was happy with my decision to make Haaland captain. That saved me. The last 15 minutes really saved me. I think that was incredible. It could have been a lot worse. I was a bit worried, but I'm happy I kept my faith in Haaland. And then it was very close. Then we look at the bench. The bench was nothing spectacular. Robin Roos had 1 point. Saka didn't start for Arsenal. Nunez got an assist. What The goalkeeper made a foul on Nunez, and there was a penalty from City, and Haaland made a penalty. So the same with Pedro, Nunez get an assist because someone made a foul on him, which led to a penalty. Now Mane had 2 points from Wolverhampton, but he was on the bench, so that was not really a problem. But overall, I had 64 points. The average number of points was 58. So I'm 6 points above average. I was happy with that. It was a good score, I think, at the end. I was worried it would be a total disaster, but Haaland saved me. 6 points above average. But the point now is that I'm going down in the ranking now again, I think for the 6th time in a row now. I was at one point almost in the top 2,000, but now I'm dropping in the ranking 14,000 till 20,000. So the ranking now is 20,000, which is still good. But I think the higher the ranking, the more difficult it is to maintain that ranking. And I think 20,000 is still a very, very good ranking. But I wanted to finish in the top 100,000. So 20,000 is still a very good ranking. And even that, it will be very difficult to maintain the 20,000 ranking. Now keep in mind that there is a game week starting tomorrow. So there is a game week, a complete midweek with 10 matches this midweek, game week 26. And keep in mind that there is an extra match. Wolverhampton against Arsenal is a double game week. Arsenal and Wolverhampton play an extra match. Keep that in mind. Game week 26 starts tomorrow. I think by head the deadline is 6 o'clock in the evening. So keep that in mind. Be aware of that. So that was the end of the video. I talked about the review of game week 25. In the next video, which will be tomorrow, I will make a video about my final team for game week 26.